I got to switch gears to talk about Google as well here. Alphabet, what is going on? I mean, you look at the NASDAQ 100 and we're looking at something that looks a little like a tone change. How do you feel about the sell-off?
I mean, if you look at it's an A+ quarter. You know, you could argue YouTube and what they're spending on CapEx, but that's good money that you want to see because what are they spending on AI? To some extent, Google is narrowing the gap versus Microsoft. You look at those Google Cloud numbers on a growth trajectory of 40, 50 billion. That's the key to, we think, $34 per share of the story. Now, I get it, the knee-jerk reaction, stocks run huge, but I actually, when I look out in the next 3, 6, 9 months, the MoJo is back at Google. Not just on advertising and search, but in AI. And from an AI cloud perspective, that's key to the sum of the parts valuation here. And that's why I think it's very easy to get caught up, and this is how we've handheld investors last year and a half. As soon as tech sells off, that's it, alarm. But it is 9 p.m. in the AI party that we think goes to 4 a.m. So I get if you want to look at that from the outside. We like being in that part, and I think this plays out. It's part of our tech bull thesis.
So Alphabet's going out to get more beer for this party.
They're not even on the dance floor in the AI party.
All right, so here's my question when it comes to Alphabet. The comps get a lot harder going forward. It was already kind of hard for the second quarter, but for the second half, it gets a lot harder. So what do investors hang their hat on in the second half of the year as Alphabet continues to spend and investors don't get the payoff that they're looking for from these investments in AI?
Well, I've talked, and my colleague and I, Scott Dev, have done great work here in terms of all of our survey work showing advertising rebounds happening. You look what's happening on search; those are strong numbers. Those are drop the mic tight numbers. Now you look at YouTube, clearly around the edges, some weakness. Margins are going to continue to increase. You look at that Google Cloud, GCP, Google Cloud is key to what Kurian and the company are doing in terms of the valuation, just like we'll see from Microsoft next week, like we're going to see from Amazon. There's a cloud arms race, a Game of Thrones, a House of Dragons, whatever you want to call it. That, to me, is why I believe this continues to still be a 1995 moment, not a 1999 moment. And that's our view of tech here in handholding.
If investors woke up today after months of saying we like CapEx and say, no, this sucks now, then how do you get past the next couple of months? I mean, you look at every tech company is going to be announcing their CapEx spending. If it's tough to spend, then how do you get through it?
Look at Apple at WWDC when I'm sitting there. Stock's down 190, everyone's disappointed. Look where it is today. What's changed? It was a digestion of investors understanding that the consumer AI revolution now goes through Cupertino. When you look at CapEx, CapEx is key to the second, third, fourth derivatives. That's how this AI revolution plays out. You look at CapEx increasing from Google, you look at what we're going to see from Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, Tesla, and others. That is positive. And that, to me, is why these dips, you own the winners. Despite many of the bears continuing to, look, they like to own value, right lane, 55 miles an hour in a minivan. I get it. But I'll pay up for the Bugatti 100 miles an hour in the left lane, and that's why we want to own tech.
NASDAQ 100 now down 3.5%. Are you more or less bullish today?
More, because you look at those numbers, there's nothing in that numbers that in any way dented the thesis, but yet right now everyone's heading for the elevator. New York City cab drivers selling tech today. That's when you want to own it.